Hi everyone. So this is session 4 of our 4-part progressions class doing an inversions practice, particularly doing a handstand. So if this is the first time that you're joining us, you can check out the first 3 sessions. The links are down below. You can take that at any time. But if you're joining us today, feel free. We'll recap through the drills that we've been working on. So we won't be needing any of the props that we've been using, but if they were helpful for you, go ahead, make sure they're nearby. We're just going to flow through this class and practice on doing our handstand. Enjoy! So this time we'll start off in downward facing dog. Okay. So again, similar to part 3 or session 3, if there was any benefit or it was helpful for you to do the shoulder releases at the start, you can take that. Okay. Otherwise, we'll push back to downward facing dog. And then as you settle here, you can take a few movements first, maybe alternate bending the knees, maybe wiggle the hips from side to side, taking your time just to settle in your mat. Okay. So for today, we'll tie in all of the sessions, the classes, and then we'll flow through this class, and then we'll practice towards our handstand. Okay. And then as you come to stillness in downward facing dog, breathe here, connect with your breath, slowly lengthen the inhale, and lengthen the exhale. Okay, so remember, if hamstrings are not as cooperative yet, you have the option to keep the knees bent and lift the heels as high as needed. One more cycle here. From here, we'll walk the hands back towards the feet. And we'll just grab for opposite elbows. Hang completely. Just folding over the hips. You can choose to be steady or adding small movements again, maybe gently swinging the torso from side to side. And breathing here. One more breath in. From here, we'll come back to center. You'll release the elbows. Okay. You have the option to slide your palms underneath the feet. Okay. And then just let your toes press down on the wrist crease. Okay. Inhale, lift up. And then as you exhale, continuing to fold. Breathe here. And if you want a little bit of release for your wrists, press your hands down as you try to slide them out of the feet. One more breath in. As you exhale, you'll slowly release. From here, we'll bend the knees. We'll crawl forward again to downward facing dog. Okay. And then this time, lift the heels as high as you can. Bend the knees and then start to press away from the mat. Okay. What we were doing in session 1. So pushing away from the hands. One more breath in. From here, we'll look in between the hands. Knees can bend a little bit more. Step one foot forward, followed by the other. Inhale, come up halfway. Chest reaches forward. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way up. Hands lift. Exhale, hands back. Okay, settle into Tadasana. Inhale, reach the arms. Okay, from here, let your right hand grab for the left wrist. Inhale, pull your left side up. And then as you exhale, we'll bend towards the right side. Your left hip can push any amount towards the side. One more breath. From here, we'll release. Come back to center, switching sides. Left hand pulls your right arm up. Inhale. And then exhale, bending towards the left. Breathing softly. One more cycle. Slowly come back to center. Inhale, lengthen up. And then exhale, fold forward. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, we'll plant the palms. And then this time, we'll step back to a floating tabletop. Okay? So tying in from session 1, pushing away from the mat. Maybe so much that the upper back will round, but then balance that with reaching the chest forward. And then remember the ball between the thighs. One more breath in. And then as you exhale, pushing back, downward facing dog. Breathing in and out of the nose. Now, if the pushing away effort is something that you need to work on, okay, lift the heels as high as you can, bend the knees, and then reaching the butt back. Okay, maybe working here, and then connecting with the breath. One more cycle. From here, we'll look in between the hands, knees bent, step one foot forward, followed by the other. Inhale, coming up halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reaching the arms all the way up. Exhale, hands back. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, come up halfway. As you exhale, plant the palms. Okay, this time we'll step back to a plank. Breathe in. Okay, and then this time we'll think about the zipper. Okay, so draw that zipper in from the pelvis towards the ribs. One more breath. And then as you exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, we'll lift the right leg up. Then we'll shift forward to a three-legged plank. Hold here, push away from the mat as you bring the knee in towards the chest as close as you can. So notice upper back has to round a lot, make clearance, and then step that foot in between the hands. Let's lower down the left knee. And then from here, we'll find a low lunge. Okay. And then remember, as you lunge forward, hip shift forward. If you want to deepen, maybe move the right foot forward. And then keep lifting the arms up. Okay. Then we'll think about the zipper again. You can differentiate at this point. Try to stick the butt out. Okay. And then can you go the opposite direction so that your zipper draws in. Hold here. One more breath in. We'll add the side bend again. Let your right hand grab for the left wrist or left arm. Inhale. And then exhale, we'll bend towards the right. As you sink your hips maybe a little bit deeper, see if that's what you need, but making sure you're able to maintain your zipper. One more breath in. As you exhale, we'll release. Bring the hands down, stepping back to a plank. Round through the back so you have clearance to step back. And then exhale, pressing back. Okay, let's take that on the other side. Inhale, lift the left leg up. Okay, we'll shift forward first to a three-legged plank. Hold here, push away, and then as you bring the knee in towards the chest, maybe push away a little bit more. And then when you're ready, step the left foot in between the hands as we lower down the right knee. Okay. Make sure you always feel stable and grounded at your base as you lift the arms all the way up. So low lunge, hold that zipper again, differentiate if you need to. Breathing in and out of the nose. Bend any amount on that left knee. One more breath here. And then adding on, left hand grabs for the right wrist. Pull your right side up, breathe in. And then as you exhale, bending over towards the left. And then notice as you add the side bend, what's happening to the front knee. Can you still keep that effort of pressing that front leg down? One more breath in. And then as you exhale, we'll slowly release, bringing the palms down, pushing away from the mat. So you have clearance to step back. Inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. 5 cycles of breath. And then maybe for this first round, notice if you can differentiate pushing away and then letting go. Pushing away,
letting go, pressing away, letting go. And then see if you can maintain pressing away from the mat. One more breath in. From here, looking in between, knees can bend. Step one foot, followed by the other. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reaching the arms all the way up. Exhale, hands back. Inhale, reaching the arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, come up halfway. As you exhale, plant the palms. And then before you step back, getting used to that pressing away, stepping back, hold the zipper, find the ball between the thighs. As you push back, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the right leg up. This time we'll step it through. In between the hands, you lower down the left knee. Inhale, reaching the arms all the way up. Low lunge again. Find that zipper. Inhale, lengthen. As you exhale, we'll start to twist towards the right side. Left hand, any part of the right thigh. As you reach that right arm back. Breathing here. And then as you hold here in the twist, see how much turn you can make from the trunk. May not be very big, but with your hand on the thigh, see if that can assist you deepen in the twist. One more breath in. And then from here, we'll slowly release. We'll bring the hands down. Okay? And then we'll do a quad release. You can shift your left knee back. Okay? Left palm down. Okay? And then take your time as you bend at that left knee. Okay? You might need padding if knee is a bit sensitive. And then right hand reaches back. Hold here and breathe. You can always adjust the stance, widen it at the leg. Okay. And then imagine you're trying to kick your foot against that hand. So we also add opening at the right shoulder. You can stay here this high, or maybe for some, lower down to the forearms so that your hips will sink lower towards the mat. Hold here and breathe. One more breath in. And then as you exhale, taking your time as you release. Okay? And then we'll step back to a plank. Inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. Taking that on the left side, inhale. Exhale, stepping it through, lowering down that right knee. Inhale, come all the way up, low lunge again, finding that zipper. As you exhale, we'll start to twist towards the left side. Right hand, any part of the left thigh, as you reach that left arm back. And then notice as you hold the twist, maybe we've lost the zipper. Can you hold that? Breathe here. Use leverage, pressing against that left thigh as you breathe in and out of the nose. One more cycle here. And then as you exhale, we'll slowly release. We'll set up again for the quad release. Shift that right knee back as you start to bend that right knee. Know that you can widen here if needed. Inhale. And then as you exhale, we'll extend that left arm back, opening at that left shoulder. Breathe here. Kicking against that left hand. Maybe driving the hips forward a bit more. Maybe for some, you stay here or lower down to that right forearm. Breathing in and out of the nose. And then gaze to where it's accessible for the neck. You can look up. Notice that you still have to push away from that right arm. One more breath in. And then as you exhale, taking your time again, slowly lower down the back leg, stepping back to a plank, inhale. And then as you exhale, downward facing dog. 5 cycles of breath. And then notice the breathing at this point. One more breath here. From here, we'll look in between the hands, knees bent, stepping one foot forward, followed by the other. Inhale, coming up halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, hands back. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, plant the palms as you step back to a plank. And then maybe by this point, just doing a quick run through, pushing away, hold the zipper, find the ball. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, lifting the right leg up. We'll step it through in between the hands. Okay. As you inhale, we'll come all the way up, high lunge. Breathe here. From here, let's find handstand hands. And then as if we're trying to press up towards the ceiling. Or remember when we were upside down in durational hold, pushing away from the floor. Okay. And then even at this shape, what's happening to the belly, maybe what's happening to the breath, what's happening to the sides of the neck. One more breath. And then as you exhale, bringing the hands down. Okay, stepping back, inhale. Exhale, pushing back. Left side, inhale, lift the left leg up. We'll step it through. Set up again the legs, pressing the legs down. As you inhale, come all the way up. High lunge again. Okay. Remember, you can bend any amount, hold the zipper, find handstand hands, and maybe imagine you're trying to lift up something towards the ceiling. Okay. Just getting used to what it means to push away even when we are in this orientation. Holding here and breathe. Bending deeper if you like. One more cycle. And then as you exhale, we'll slowly release. Stepping back to a plank. Inhale. And then exhale, downward facing dog. Okay, 5 cycles of breath. Lengthen the inhale. Lengthen the exhale. If it was beneficial for you to differentiate again, pushing away and letting go, you can take that as you hold downward facing dog. Okay, one more cycle here. We'll look in between the hands, knees bent. Step one foot, followed by the other. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach the arms all the way up. Exhale, hands back. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, plant the palms. You will find plank again as you step back. Inhale, pressing away, zipping up. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, lifting the right leg up. And we'll step it through in between the hands. And then as you inhale, find traction at the legs. Remember the orange ball between the thighs as you come up. Okay, hold here and breathe. Okay, from here, we'll bring the hands onto the hips. Okay, keep pressing down on that right leg. You can shorten the stance if needed. Okay, hold the zipper. And then from here, remember the work with the resistance band. As you inhale, we'll shift forward to warrior 3. Balancing here with my face almost at the flat. Breathe here, hold the zipper. Back leg, can we kick it up any amount? One more breath in. As you exhale, we'll start to bend at that right knee. Can we land back lightly? Inhale to our high lunge. As you exhale, fold forward. Stepping back, breathe in. Exhale, downward facing dog. Left side, inhale. We'll step it through in between the hands. Find traction at the legs as if you're still holding that ball. Inhale, come all the way up, bending any amount. Okay, setting up again. You can bring the hands onto the hips. You can shorten the stance if needed. Inhale. As you exhale, keep pushing down on that front leg as the back leg starts to kick up or lift up. Balancing here. Breathe here. So remember the work at the resistance band when you're trying to lift that back leg up. As you hold that zipper, root down on that left leg. One more breath in. Hands can be where you need them to be. They can even be on blocks. One more breath. As you exhale, we'll slowly lower down. Inhale. As you exhale, stepping back. Keep on breathing. Exhale, downward facing dog. 5 cycles of breath. And again, noticing or checking in how you are breathing. When you come back to that mindfulness again, maybe notice the thoughts that are running through the head. One more breath here. From here, we'll look in between the hands, knees bent, then stepping forward. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift the arms all the way up. Exhale, hands back. From here, this time we're going to find chair pose. As you inhale, you'll reach your arms up, knees bend. And then notice in chair pose, you should still see your toes. So if you can't see your toes, means that your knees are shifting forward a lot. So move that butt or the hips back. Okay, hold here and breathe. One more cycle. And then as you exhale, folding forward. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, ground the palms, pressing away as you step back. Inhale. And then exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, we'll lift the right leg up. We'll step it through in between the hands, okay, grounding that back leg down. Okay, so setting up for warrior one, find traction at the legs. As you inhale, come all the way up. Okay. So this time, notice in warrior one, okay, can we try to roll the back hip forward? Okay. And then maybe notice that later on when we start to jump, okay, or when we start to kick up, tendency is for that lifted leg to sort of open out to the side. Okay. So we'll find handstand hands again. In this orientation, can you roll your back hip forward? One more breath here. From here, okay, we'll bring the hands in front of the heart. Okay. Then we'll start to straighten that right leg out. Inhale. You have the option to shorten the stance if needed. As you exhale, we'll fold forward any amount. Okay. If you're shortening the stance, come up again, adjust, inhale, and then exhale, fold. And then here in this orientation, notice if there's a tendency for the shoulders to droop down towards the floor. Can we press the shoulders up towards the ceiling? Maybe move them away from the ears. And then notice if you're still able to roll that left hip forward. You can always hold on to the blocks, okay, or just keep the hands here, or maybe onto the hips. One more breath. And then from here, we'll bend that right knee. So you plant the palms down, stepping back, inhale. And then exhale, downward facing dog. Other side, inhale, lift the left leg up. And we'll step it through in between the hands. Ground that back leg. Okay. Find traction again as if you're holding that ball between the thighs. Come up, warrior one. Okay. So what's happening to the back leg? Ground that down. Roll the right hip forward. We'll find handstand hands. Okay, breathing here. Maybe just checking in, a recap of the efforts. Pressing away. Find that zipper. Finding that ball, holding traction. One more breath in. Okay. From here, we'll bring the hands together. Straighten that left knee out. You can shorten the stance. Inhale. And then as you exhale, we'll fold forward any amount. Breathe. Okay. Maybe feeling it more at the back of the left leg. Keep rolling that right hip forward. Again, you can use your blocks if needed, or just stay the hands here. Can you still hold that zipper? Keep the chest nice and open. Reaching forward, one more breath. From here, we'll bend that left knee as you bring the palms down, stepping back. Inhale. As you exhale, downward facing dog. Breathing in and out of the nose. Lengthen the inhale. Lengthen the exhale. One more breath in. From here, we'll look in between the hands, knees bent, stepping forward. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, bend the knees, reaching the arms up or find chair. And then exhale, coming back up, finding Tadasana. So one more flow before we start working on our handstand. Inhale, bend the knees, reaching the arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, planting the palms, rounding through that back, pushing away as you step back. Inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, we'll lift the right leg up. And we'll step it through in between the hands. And then just keep breathing. Inhale, come up, lifting the arms up. Roll that back hip forward. Exhale, we'll open up to warrior two. Are still able to find traction at the legs. Inhale, we'll reverse the warrior. Just lengthen through that right side as you reach back. Notice what's happening to the front knee. And then as you exhale, hands all the way down. Stepping back, inhale. Exhale, pressing back. On the left side, inhale. Step it through. Ground that back leg. And then notice when there's a lot of movement, notice where your attention is at. Are you still able to focus on all the efforts? If not, that's okay. Exhale, we'll reverse. Breathe here. And then coming all the way down. Stepping back to a plank. Breathe in. Exhale, downward facing dog. 5 cycles of breath. One more breath in. And then from here, let's lower down the knees. Okay. You can take child's pose if needed. And then from here, we'll move our mats towards the wall and start working on our handstand. So for this next part, we'll move again close to the wall. Okay, bring your mat. And then this time, we'll practice first. We'll summarize all of the drills or all of the skill drills that we did from taking it from an L shape. Okay. So what you'll do, okay, from session 1, when we were building on durational holds, bring your feet towards the wall, straighten out the legs, and then bring your hands beside the hips. So as a general guide, that's where that's how far your feet or how far you'll be from the wall. So we are in this L shape, and then this time we'll take this shape upside down. Okay. From here, you'll flip back, okay, to where you set your hands. Okay. So set up the hands, shoulders on top of the wrists, press away. Okay. Remember that rounding, pushing power from the shoulders. Okay. You'll step one foot up, followed by the other. Okay. And then you can do a durational hold if you like. Okay. When you're ready, try to find that L shape at the wall. Okay. Hold here, pressing away from the mat, finding that zipper. Hold here. Remember the ball between the thighs. And then from here, we'll start to lift one leg away from the wall. And then, in this case, it's my left leg, and then my left leg is trying to reach for the ceiling as my right leg is kicking against the wall. One more breath in. As you exhale, you'll slowly release. You can come down, or let's set it up on the other side. Right leg reaches up for the ceiling, pushing away from the mat, holding that zipper. One more breath. And then from here, we'll slowly release. Take your time, slowly coming down. Okay. And then know that you can come down at any point if you need to take a breather in between each side. Okay. And then we can release the wrist. One more breath here. Okay. And then this time, we're going to practice our handstand against the wall. Okay. And then at this point, okay, we're going to face the wall, and then we'll try jumping or kicking up into our handstand. Now, if the previous exercise was helpful for you or something that you would want to work on, you can repeat that again. And you're actually already in a handstand or a variation of it. Okay, this time, when we face the wall, we're going to integrate the jumping or the kicking up. But remember, the lifted leg will try to find the ceiling rather than use complete momentum to find the wall. Okay? So remember, the wall is there, the wall is secure. Make sure you're using a secure wall so that if in case you overshoot, the legs will just land on the wall. Okay, so let's give it a try. Okay. So we'll set up again. Okay. Then let's lift the hips up and back. Let's find downward facing dog. Okay. And then maybe set up your hands maybe about 6 inches away from the wall. Or you can be a little bit closer depending on if this is maybe the first few times you're doing it. Okay. And then from here, we'll shift forward to a plank or bring the shoulders on top of the wrists. Okay. And then step 1 foot forward. Okay. The leg that you'll be kicking from or kicking with, and then lift that right leg up. Okay. So remember the band. Okay. And then from here, you can do bunny hops first. Bunny hops, bunny hops, bunny hops. Just getting used to that. Okay. Reset in down dog. And then we'll take that on the other side. Step the right foot forward. Whoops. Okay. And then from here, bunny hop, bunny hop, bunny hop. Okay. And then reset again in downward facing dog. And then if you need to bring the knees down just to take a breather before we jump up again, take that. Know that you can always release or do a quick wrist release. Okay. When you're ready, we'll set up again. Okay. Push back, downward facing dog. Okay. And then as you recap the efforts, pushing away from the mat, okay. And then remember the band, okay. And then try to let the top leg reach for the ceiling. And then if in case it overshoots, the wall is there, and then the other leg will float up. Hold here once the legs are on the wall, and then remember the orange ball. Hold that zipper. And then you can practice balancing away from the wall. And then slowly come down. You can find child's pose for as long as needed, and then take your time coming up. Okay. So I always advise slowly coming up, especially when you've been upside down. Okay. And then know that it really takes a lot of effort to do the jumps and being inverted. So if by this point you feel that you're starting to fatigue or things are starting to collapse, take a moment to reset first and breathe. Okay. When you're ready, we can take that again, and then let's try to kick with the other leg. Okay. Set up again. Okay. Push back, downward facing dog. And then breathing here. Okay. Now that you know all of the efforts needed, okay, let's try to kick with the other leg. Okay. And then maybe for this round, just think about the breath. When you're ready, float up. Other leg lifts for the ceiling. When you're ready, remember the ball between the thighs. Keep pushing away from the mat. Hold that zipper. Then as you exhale, you'll slowly release. You can lower down, or you can just sit, take a moment again, connect with the breath. Okay. And then notice, maybe for most, notice that moment when when both legs are up. There might be a moment when you would freak out. Just remember to connect with the breath and then just keep pushing away from the mat. So you can keep practicing the handstand as many times as you like, or as long as you still have energy from the practice. Otherwise, when you're ready, we'll come down to child's pose. Hands can reach forward as you lower down the head, or hands can be behind. And you can choose to be still, or maybe just adding small movements. I prefer to have small movements in my child's pose just to release the lower back. Then once the breath is back to normal, breath is soft, so we'll slowly push up, coming up, and then we'll bring the legs in front. Okay. We'll swing the legs in front. Inhale, we'll reach the arms up, and then exhale, we'll fold forward. You can hold on to your shins, you can use your strap or your belt, or hold on to the feet. And just taking a moment here in your forward fold. Inhale, chest reaches forward, and then exhale, fold any amount. Breathing here. And then just notice as maybe the energy calms down from all of that going upside down or jumping. Being mindful again of the breath. And then as you exhale, you'll slowly release. Okay. From here, we'll bend that right knee. We'll bring the right foot over the left leg, using the left hand to pull the spine up. As you exhale, you'll twist towards the right side. Make sure that your left side is still anchoring you down. You can look over the right shoulder. Okay? Or maybe for some, if it's accessible for you, you can do half a bind just to release that right shoulder. Or just keep planting your right hand behind you. You can look down towards the armpit. One more breath in. And then as you exhale, you'll slowly release. We'll take that on the other side. Grounding through that right leg as you bend that left knee. Bring it over. Okay. Inhale, hug in. And then exhale, we'll twist towards the left side. Again, hold here in the twist. Turn any amount in the trunk. Okay. You can keep your hand behind you as your anchor, or maybe do half a bind. Hold here and breathe, looking over the left shoulder or down towards the armpit. One more breath in. And then as you exhale, we'll slowly release. From here, we'll make our way down to our mats. We'll lie down. And then we'll hug the knees in towards the chest. Okay. You can make circles at the knees. Okay. Just letting your back massage against your mat. Okay. Make sure you go the opposite direction. Okay. From here, we'll plant the feet down. Okay. We'll set up for bridge, feet hip width apart, palms pressed down. As you inhale, still remember the ball between the thighs as you press the hips up towards the ceiling. And then you can stay here, or you can interlace. Maybe shimmy the shoulders towards each other, pressing down on the floor or on the mat as you lift the hips towards the ceiling. Then one more breath in. As you exhale, we'll slowly release. Okay. We'll bring the feet as wide as the mat first. Knock the knees together just to lengthen the lower back. Okay, stay here for another breath. And then from here, we'll hug the knees in towards the chest. And then as you exhale, you lower down both knees towards the left side. And then anchor your right arm out to a T. Okay, you can look towards the right hand. Close the eyes. And then just let your left hand gently press the legs down. Breathe here, just releasing the right side. As you soften in the twist, also let the breath be soft. One more cycle. And then as you exhale, we'll slowly release. We'll come back to center, breathe in. As you exhale, we'll twist towards the right side. Just let the knees drop towards the right. Anchor the left arm out. Okay. You can look over the left hand or close the eyes. And then just let your right palm gently press down on the legs or on your thighs. Breathing here. Again, softening in the twist. Then one more breath in. And then as you exhale, we'll slowly release. We'll come back to center. You can hug the knees in towards the chest. You can lift your head up if you like. Inhale. And then when you're ready, we'll start to lower down the head. Straighten out the legs. It can be as wide as your mat or even wider if you have the space. And then as you start to settle here, maybe a big breath in. And then slowly sigh it out. Just letting it all go. And then when you're ready to be completely still, to be quiet, and then finding surrender in Shavasana. And you can stay in Shavasana for as long as you like. Or when you're ready, finding small movements at the fingers and at the toes. And then gently making your way any stretch that feels good for you. And then taking your time as you make your way to one side of your mat. Maybe staying here for a moment. And when you're ready, we'll press up to seated. Okay. And then connecting with the breath again, sitting up tall as we bring the palms together and bowing down the head. Giving yourself gratitude for your practice, and I thank you for letting me guide you. Namaste.
So I hope you enjoyed that class. If you were able to get up into your handstand, congratulations. And congratulations for staying with me in this 4-part series. So you can do any of the classes as often time as you need it. If there's a particular skill or drill that you want to work on, just go ahead and click on that episode and do that practice. So I would like to thank you for watching. This is Ever Yoga by Jo and Daya, sharing everyday yoga for everybody.